Hello, my name is Ben, and I love to volunteer. I love to volunteer so much that I started something called the Volunteers of Vegas. We are completely dedicated to the individual volunteer, the human that's doing the action. The action is secondary, in our opinion, to the person doing it. So we like to fill your cup so you can pour into other people. I started this because I wanted to provide a free way for people to create community through volunteering. I did not expect this to be where it is today. I almost started it out of spite, and we can go into the origin of our beginnings in a different video, although I did touch on it if I know how to link a video, I'll try. Maybe there. I don't know. I have to share that I didn't expect my cup to be so filled. I've always been someone who likes to give to others, and throughout the purple pumpkin painting that I'm going to share with you in just a moment, I felt something. I felt that magic and that inspiration that came almost like on day one. And it was really inspiring and invigorating to be able to have my cup filled to such a point where I was dancing around the room, like singing and so happy. And I always say, as you get older, you lose your sense of play. I mean, when's the last time that you pretended to be a lion, like, and crawled around? Probably, unless you have young kids, it's been a while because society tells you not to do that. And I had so much fun today. My cup was so filled that I jumped and I danced and I laughed and I played. I want to tell you about why my cup was so filled. Let me walk you through purple pumpkin painting because you might be sitting there thinking, what? By the way, if you couldn't tell, purple's kind of the name of the game around here. We call it VOV purple, though I have to say this probably wouldn't pass branding guidelines. That being said, I'm trying. There's some purple. Purple pumpkin painting actually was originally going to be blue pumpkin painting. It was going to be pumpkins painted blue for those with autism. Although I read blue pumpkins also signifies like a food allergy safe household or something along those lines. But as I was putting together some of the original plans for the blue pumpkins, my brain automatically went to purple pumpkins because we live in the land of purple. And alliteration, purple pumpkin painting. I mean, I can't help myself. So rather than changing from purple to blue, I did a quick little search and I spoke with Holly, who we'll spend a whole bit of time on because she is out of this world amazing. But after we did some research, we found that purple pumpkins actually signify an epilepsy safe house, meaning that this household doesn't have any flashing lights or jump scares or anything that may trigger someone that has epilepsy. So, knowing that we now had the purple pumpkins, we needed to do all of the rest of the planning. And Holly, her position on the board is really community engagement. And so on our last board meeting, Holly was asked to create the next 3 months of a volunteer menu. And so she went above and beyond and she created an entire list of a bunch of options and places that we can go. She set up tours and she got pricing and you name it, she did it. Ultimately, we decided to host our event at the Henderson Equality Center. The Henderson Equality Center aligns tremendously with who we are, what we do. It's all about diversity and building those up based on who they are rather than trying to be someone else. After speaking about what we are going to do, they offered us the room for free. And if I can figure out how to put some pictures, I'll put it here. Did it? I hope. Or maybe here. I don't know. I'm learning, okay? So here I was thinking that I was going to put up a listing for the opportunity. If you don't know how we work, we are volunteersofvegas.com. You can go there and click volunteer opportunities. There you can see a list of events and you can easily sign up for one of them. So I put the event up on the website and I thought that people would sign up and then I would go and get pumpkins and I would get decorations and brushes and all of the things and stuff because it's on me. That is my duty as the founder of this, organization. As we're getting closer, Holly out of nowhere told me, "Hey Ben, I was able to secure 40 pumpkins for the purple pumpkin painting." My mind was blown. Like 40 pumpkins, because in addition to that, I already have chills. In addition to this, a volunteer named Michelle had said, "Ben, I really want to get involved with VOV. I want to take more on as a volunteer and as a community member." So she took it upon herself to start going to stores and looking to source pumpkins. And she actually got an arrangement. She spoke to Trader Joe's. Shout out to Trader Joe's, who were willing to provide pumpkins for this initiative as well. But once I found out that Holly found 40 pumpkins for us, I let Michelle know and we went with that. Here I was now thinking, oh my gosh, what an incredible thing for Holly to secure these. Ay, Dios mío. Mira, look. My friend gave these to me, and well, I don't know much about hanging things and all of that stuff, so I cut tacky. Anyway, they fell. It scared me. There's still some on the wall. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Where was I? So here I was thinking the pumpkins were procured, and I was going to get the paint and the supplies and the decorations and do all the other things because Holly already did a bunch of the heavy lifting. She got the venue, she had the idea, she got the pumpkins. But then here I am with my dad the day before, and Holly sends me a text message. And this is just how beautiful the members are of our community. She says, "Hey Ben, by the way, I also got, I think it was 2 gallons of purple paint. I think it was like 40, an absurd amount of paintbrushes of all sizes. She got table covers for every table. She got decorations. She brought a speaker. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. Plates, napkins, Dixie cups, baby wipes. I mean, she really thought of every single thing there is to be prepared for when doing such an activity. She took all of the heavy lifting off of my back. And that was a really special feeling for me because I think it's my responsibility, and I want to be the person making it easy for everybody else. I want this to be approachable, attainable, and easy for people to be able to participate in. Today, Holly made it easy for me. I brought some waters. I keep some food ready, some food that doesn't expire quickly. So like water bottles, granola bars, stuff like that, like Cheez-Its. So I brought those little snacks, and on the drive, I did stop to get sandwiches, but Grocery Outlet Bargain Market does not carry sandwiches, just in case you're wondering. So I'm like, crap, and I'm gonna be late, and I had a conference call at 11. I needed to be there at 11 to help set up because the thing started at 12. So anyway, long story longer, I called in a pizza. And even when I spoke to Domino's, I'm sure this is a deal they have, but I was like, "Hi, I'd like to order 2 pizzas for, some volunteers to be delivered here." And the guy was like, "Oh, okay, you can actually have," oh my gosh, I just remembered I didn't tip. Let me tell you. So he's like, "We'll give you 2 medium pizzas for $24.68, I think it was." And I was like, "Cool." I hung up the phone. And then I was like, "Oh my gosh." And I gave him my card number. I was like, I didn't tip the driver. So then I called, whoever's gonna do it, I didn't do the tip. So then I called and I was like, "Hi, we just spoke and I did not put a tip on the charge. I had the tip?" And he's like, "Oh, when they deliver the pizza, they'll have a receipt and you can fill out the receipt." I'm digressing from the story, but I feel so bad. So they delivered the pizza when I was mid-conversation with someone. I literally turned around and the pizza was there. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, when did the pizza get here?" And they were like, "Oh, it's just dropped off." And anyways, I didn't even think about it until right now. Dang it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna call tomorrow and figure that out and try to take care of it. I used to be in the service industry. Anyway, I almost just went into another story.
Don't tell me I'm ADD. No, stop. Okay.
Holly met me at 11, and she took care of every single thing. She brought her mom, she brought her daughter, and as a team, they set up everything. Meanwhile, here I am, not doing anything to help set up. I'm over at a table in a conference call presenting a report, And I'm so blessed. I'm so thankful that people like this exist and people like this care and they believe so much in this and what we're doing. And just shout out to everyone. I mean, a volunteer, Carissa, you brought me homemade pumpkin bread. It was so yummy. It was the most moist pumpkin bread. I didn't really think I liked pumpkin bread. And it's just, I don't know. This sounds cheesy, but it's made with love. Everything is done with love. And it's just an incredible feeling to be part of this and to have so many people. I mean, I made a little TikTok saying like it's really easy to clean up when you have this many people, but I mean every single word of that. People stick around. I don't even have to ask. In fact, at this point, people know that I don't. It's a horrible habit of mine and it's a character defect. I don't ask for help. And to see people taking it upon themselves to jump in and get involved, and I mean, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful. It's an ecosystem of people who love to help and give and be a part of something that's bigger than themselves. And I'm so honored, privileged, blessed, and every other possible positive adjective that I could think of to describe this. It's one of a kind. If you haven't had the chance to volunteer, it doesn't have to be with us if we're not your calling or if you don't live locally. I really encourage you to get involved and to volunteer. It does something to your brain. It just releases some, I mean, I'm sure it's just dopamine and serotonin and all that, but it does. Someone jokingly said earlier, I love to volunteer because I don't have to go exercise if I'm volunteering. But when you exercise, dopamine and serotonin are released. And really the same thing happens when volunteering, though we ate pizza and sat and painted, and so vastly different with regard to the physicality of it all. But I mean, if we're picking up trash, we do get cardio, and we do a lot of manual labor too. Anyways, I don't know why I'm arguing why volunteering should compete with the gym. They're not mutually exclusive. You can do both. This is tap water, by the way. I'm just gonna call myself out. I'm not throwing the bottle away. I reuse it. So, one of my favorite things that I've been trying to do more of, because I get so much out of it, is to record moments of the event itself. I've done pictures and that's nice to see the collage, put it to music, but today I was able to capture volunteers expressing why they love to volunteer. If I'm honest, I think I've watched that video like 20 times. I love to listen to the genuine and sincere passion for volunteering. And at this point, we're friends, like I know you. And it's just so sincere and transparent and vulnerable to share. I mean, there were tears today. I mean, y'all see me, I was at dinner the other day with someone, they're like, Ben, I follow you. And half the time I'm like, ugh, he's crying again? And I'm not throwing you under the bus if you're watching this. I thought it was hilarious, but it's emotional, it's genuine, it's transparent, and I haven't had that my whole life. I've been defensive and I have a lot of walls up, and I'm sure you do too, and we all work through things, and I think in some way we're all working on our own thing together. As we volunteer, as we do this, and it's so beautiful to have this right here in Las Vegas, to have you right here in Las Vegas. I read a book called The Celestine Prophecy, and there it said there's no such thing as coincidence, and ever since I read it, it just resonated with me, and it's true. I truly believe there is no such thing as coincidence, and I'm so thankful that you're here and we get to embark on this journey together. And again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I encourage you, please go to volunteersofvegas.com, where you can read about who we are, why we got started, see the newsletter, click past events, just take a look at some of the things we've done, even this month. It's a wonderful place, and we'd love to have you join us at volunteersofvegas.com. And I'm gonna put it here first. I have not announced this on TikTok or anywhere else. It is on the website if you click donate here, but I wanna tell you right here and now, I don't know what time it is, but October 13th, it's probably 7:30-ish p.m. Okay, Google, what time is it?
It's 8:32 p.m.
Oh, I was an hour off, but we got our 501c3. We officially have our 501c3. So that is such a big deal. And your boy's very relieved because I am funding all of this on my own. the true just like 30-second finance of this, just like, let's just call it all out, talking of transparency. We've had like $500 donated to us, and that was our first like month of being in existence. And ever since then, we've had amazing people donate through our Amazon wish list, getting items that we need to do some of the things we do. But as far as like paying for the website and paying for just like all of the things we need to stay afloat, that all comes from your boy. So I'm very excited to have our 501c3. I am hoping that someone is called to help support us, to take some of that burden off of me. It would be amazing if you're watching this. There's no such thing as coincidence. Maybe there's a reason I'm sharing this in this video. You never know. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for believing in this. Thank you for supporting this. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being the best part of my day.